Welcome to Vet Review. In this video, I am going to give a quick review of femur of ox. Femur is a long cylindrical bone of the thigh region. It is directed downward and forward in an oblique manner and articulates proximally with the hip bone or ox coccyx to form the hip joint, and it articulates distally with the patella, tibia and fibula to form the stifle joint. It has a shaft and two extremities. The shaft has four surfaces: anterior surface, medial surface, lateral surface, and the posterior surface. Medial, anterior, and lateral surfaces are smooth, rounded, and continuous with each other and are covered by quadriceps femoris muscle. The posterior surface is rough and it is wider distally. At the proximal aspect of this posterior surface, you can see a rough prominence called the trochanter minor. This trochanter minor provides the insertion for quadratus femoris, psoas major, and iliacus muscle. Distally, you can find a fossa situated lateral to this posterior surface. This is called the supracondylar fossa, and it provides the origin to superficial distal flexor muscle. Bordering this fossa is the supracondyloid crest. So we have lateral supracondyloid crest here and medial supracondyloid crest here, and they provide the origin to the gastrocnemius muscle. So the lateral supracondyloid crest will provide origin to the lateral head of the gastrocnemius, and the medial supracondyloid crest will provide origin to the medial head of gastrocnemius muscle. Now let us talk about the proximal extremity. The proximal extremity has a head, neck, trochanter major, trochanteric ridge, and trochanteric fossa. First, let us talk about the head. Head of the femur is a rounded structure which articulates with the acetabulum or the cotyloid cavity of os coccyx or hip bone to form the hip joint. Just below this head, there's a constricted area called the neck. At this medial aspect of this neck, you have the origin of vastus medialis muscle, and anterior to this neck, you have the origin of vastus intermedius muscle. One big structure that you can see right away is this trochanter major. This trochanter major is a very large and prominent tuberous structure which provides insertion to the gluteus muscle and origin to the vastus lateralis muscle. Trochanter major is connected with the trochanter minor. So this is trochanter major and trochanter minor. They are connected by a ridge called the trochanteric ridge. And between this trochanteric ridge, trochanter major, and head, you have a fossa right here. This is called the trochanteric fossa, and it provides insertion to the gemellus muscle, obturator internus muscle, and obturator externus muscle. So three muscle groups insert here. At the head, there's also one point that you can see. This is a depression, a very small depression called the fovea capitis femoris. This fovea capitis femoris has attachment to the round ligament of the hip joint, and this round ligament will connect the head to the acetabular fossa of the acetabulum cavity of the hip joint. Now let us go to the distal end. The distal hand has two condyles, trochlea, and between these two condyles a groove, a very deep groove. So first let us talk about the trochlea. Trochlea is a pulley-like structure which is placed anteriorly, and it articulates with the patella to form the femoropatellar articulation of the stifle joint. Just above this, just proximal to this trochlea, on the anterior surface, we have the origin of anterior articularis genu, or the articularis genu, which is a muscle of the stifle joint. Then the condyles, you can see that one condyle is bigger than the other, so the lateral condyle is bigger than the medial condyle, and see, between the lateral condyle and the lateral ridge of the trochlea, we have a depression called the extensor fossa. This extensor fossa provides the origin to the complex muscles. So complex muscle is a group of muscle here. It will originate from this side. So in the distal end, we had trochlea, condyle, intercondylar groove, and extensor fossa. So this is it for the femur of ox. I hope you found this video useful. If so, then please give this video a like, share this video with your friend, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.